Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kennedy Center and the Millennium Stage. The Millennium Stage is our daily free performance series brought to you each and every single evening of the week at 6 o'clock by our friends at Target. And you can find us here 365 evenings a year to present the best in music, dance, theater, and more. If you can't join us in person, we want to invite you to visit us online where you can watch performances live and also archived by logging on to www.kennedy-center.org. All right, now without further ado, won't you please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the stage Bruce Cain and David Asbury.
Well, good evening. We're delighted to be here on the Millennium Stage and to have the opportunity to share this program with you. Our concert tonight has two principal themes: music composed for us within the last year and environmentalism. The environmental themes range from watersheds to world hunger and food source sustainability. We are excited to present two world premieres tonight: A Wish by Matthew Dunn and What the Water Says by James Ballantyne.
We have a slight change in the program, and we will begin with the River of Words song cycle and follow that with selections from Dusan Bogdanovich's Like a String of Jade Jewels. In his words about Yolanda Lockett's It's a Letter, composer John McGinn said, "This poem speaks eloquently and from the heart about the transformational power of storytelling. In setting Yolanda's poem, I have sought to convey a sense of what I felt when I first permitted myself to be drawn into its poignant yet magical world."
The dark blue sea, I saw a letter. It was very small, and this is what it said: I miss you in the dark blue sea. I love to read, but I need help with some of the words. I need help, but I usually read alone. I read one book about Marvin becoming a king. Another book was about a shark. Every time he sees legs or an arm, he goes into a wave, and nothing is there. Nothing is there. Sometimes when I am sad, I say I hate my life. I run away, hide under the covers, and nothing is there but my book, but my book, my
When Brad Osborne chose Jane Jang's poem, When No Birds Take to Wing, he was drawn to her description of the cool, gray, misty days in the great Northwest, rain-soaked ecosystem. He sought to use a compositional technique that would reflect his philosophy on ecology, to act with great stewardship. He let a random number generator choose the pitch and duration of each syllable in the poem to represent the chaos we find everywhere in nature.
When the sky is a vast sheet of cloud, and the sunlight comes through in only the sickly cast of shades, and the leaves are brown, night burgundy, or sallow dawn, instead of gold when the birds are huddled and hidden away. And the wind is silent, and the brook murmurs tuneless, and the green boughs do not wave. It is the great days when no birds take to wing that make me hope and dream and sing.
Thank you. So the River of Words song cycle has come into being over the course of the last year. It combines poetry from the international contest that shares its name with music from renowned professional composers. More information about the Poetry and Art Contest and its teachers training program can be found at riverofwords.org.
Composed about 4 weeks ago, Matthew Dunn's setting of A Wish by Elsinore Smith Karabata is tonight receiving its world premiere.
I crown the cool sunrise sweetness into my mouth. I let the juice spatter out. I wish it were this easy, easy as eating an autumn orange, this easy to wash out all the bitter stains. I wish it were easy as eating an orange, an autumn orange. I wish it were easy. Is what I wish.
In Winter, by Kelsey Schlosser, composer Daniel Crozier was struck by its simple lyrical setting that was a little inward in its perspective. He was inspired by the images in the text that were so musical in and of themselves.
I am the white stars that dust the land, that fall into your tender icy silver wing, blowing softly from end to end. I am winter, quiet and white. I am the faint golden light.
Thank you.
In Lizzie Chadbourne's Stargazing, Brian Nelson was immediately drawn to the beautiful, descriptive, and very romantic images. Brian says, I chose to set the poem with a Renaissance-influenced quality. I wanted a Dowland-type romanticism for the piece, as if the guitar and voice are telling a story to a group of enraptured children.
staircase leads up to the soft roof. Wrap your mind around the night. Lie down on the cool tiles and breathe. Breathe in the bodies. Look above, a myriad of stars. Very remote, incandescent. Make this moment, make this moment. Perfect. Share the night's romance with the sky.
Thank you. Composer Susan Lackman has been drawn to haiku since her own childhood. She says, "These three haiku seemed to be written by young people wise beyond their years. The order of the poems by Adair Ariola, Boyoung J. Moran, and Nora Bradford progress from childlike glee to mature acceptance.
Chocolate feathers flapping, water dancing under a duck's feet. Lost in the gutter, disowned shadows flit across, remnants of childhood. The old fence rots away as the sun ruins the snow.
In Maggie Gallagher's poem, To Speak with the Dead, composer Jason Hugerheide found a text that possessed a kind of profundity that seems only possible for someone that age, someone that still marvels at the world around them as they discover its secrets for the first time.
Speak with the dead. If you want them to hear, you must roar like the crash of thunder, or the beat of the drum. Must whisper like the cry of the wind, or the path of an arrow. You must soothe them like the crackle of the fire, or the footprint of a snowflake. You must prowl through their forgotten hearts. Caressing and priding like the swell of the fog, or the slow beat of the rain. If you want to be heard, when you speak to the dead.
This happens to be by Jason Hugerheit, who's in the audience tonight. Would you stand up? Thank you, Jason. Composer Jim Ballantyne was overwhelmed by the depth of thought and intuition from all the young poets in the River of Words project. In Aidan Abney's What the Water Says, he was struck by the description of the power and beauty of water in emotional terms that ties us to the environment as an integral part of the universe.
To the river to the west says raging, the bog to the south says serene. The sea to the east says rough. The lake to the north says smooth. The rain from the sky says light. The ocean on the coast says heavy. From the ground says gushing, a swamp in the wetland says still. The puddle in the rainforest, the puddle in the rainforest, the puddle in the rainforest, the puddle in the rainforest says shallow. And the floor of the sea, and the floor of the sea says profound.
That was the other one of our premieres for tonight, world premiere. Just came in a couple of weeks ago. The last song in the cycle is called I Can Begin Again. In Joshua Bailey's poem, I Can Begin Again, composer Terry Vosbein says, I was struck by the imagery, the simple imagery utilized for such a meaningful statement, a positive statement. I can begin again, anywhere, anytime. Written by a 7-year-old in Arizona. How about that? I tried to make the guitar move like the water, ebbing and flowing as the voice sails across the water with its message of hope.
begin again as a small drop of water. In the moon, in the cold desert. I can begin again in the air of the sunlight in the clear sky.
This the next set, we're going to do just two pieces from the Like a String of Jade Jewels. Dusan Bogdanovich's song cycle, Like a String of Jade Jewels, is based on the book The Magic World, American Indian Songs and Poems. For our performance tonight, we will perform In the Midst of the Paths and the Agaya Crab. Unmoved from time, without end, you'd rest there in the midst of the paths, in the midst of the winds, you'll rest, covered with the droppings of birds, grass growing from your feet, your head decked with the down of birds. You rest in the midst of the winds. You wait, aged one. The Agaya crab will crawl up a girl's leg and make her pregnant for him. Oh, it likes women, the Agaya. So sing, tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim, tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim, and make tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim, tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim, and make tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim, tuk taka tuk, crick crack, tim tim. The Agaya crab
sing. Took, taka, took, crick, crack, tim, tim. Took, taka, took, crick, crack, tim, tim.
Tom Chipulo composed Sleeping Flowers in celebration of Southwestern University's 34th Brown Symposium. He was delighted that its director, Dr. Laura Hobgood-Oster, had suggested the William Wordsworth sonnet, "The World is Too Much With Us," and found a wonderful pairing for it in Oscar Wilde's "We Are Resolved into the Supreme Air."
Too much with us. Late and soon, getting and spending will lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, our sordid boon. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will go howling at all ours, and our hope gathered now like sleeping flowers. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. It moves us not. Great God, I'd rather be a pagan, suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, I've glimpses that would make me less forlorn. I've sight of Proteus rising from the sea. Or hear old Triton blow.
Thank you. Art helps us to define who we are and how we relate to the world. It helps us to discover those things that are most important to us and to shape our beliefs, both individually and as part of the larger culture. It is our hope that by initiating these projects, the collaborative voices of the poets, composers, and performers have become a part of this process. And thank you for coming tonight.
We are resolved into the supreme end. We are made one with what we touch and see. With our heart's blood, each crimson sun is fair. With our young hearts, each spring impassioned tree flames into grief. The wildest beasts that range the moor, our kinsmen are. All life is one, and all is change. With beat of systole and of diastole, one grand, great life throbs through earth's giant heart, and mighty waves of single being roll from nerveless gentleman, for we are part of every rock and bird and beast and hill.